Hello, sixth graders, and welcome to our video all about resources of technology and activities of technology. Be sure you have your note page out and open. Let's begin. So in this video, we're going to be covering a few of our vocabulary words that we have already covered in class. So anytime you have a vocabulary word in this note page, I want you to circle it so that you can remember that that is a vocabulary word that you should already be familiar with the definition to. Let's start with the definition of resources. Resources are all of the things you need to produce a product, provide a service, or solve a problem. And all technology depends on 7 different resources. Those 7 resources are people, information, materials, energy, tools and machines, capital, which is like money, and time. So when people are using these resources to produce a product or provide a service, they are creating technology. And I want to give you an example of this. I know that there's not a ton of space in your notes, but if right underneath there you could put this down as an example, I think will help you when it comes time to studying for the test. So if I were to use an example of creating technology, anytime I'm using one of those 7 resources, I am creating technology. So my example would be that I want to use cardboard boxes to create shelves and drawers for my desk, to organize my desk. So by using that material, which is one of the 7 resources, I'm creating technology. So go ahead and write down your own example, or you can write down my example. If I use cardboard, which is a material, to create shelves and drawers, I am creating technology. You could come up with your own example that uses any of the 7 resources of technology. So now let's move on to the activities of technology, which actually use those resources of technology that we just talked about. So how are the 7 activities of technology used to combine to produce hundreds of thousands of products each day? Simple, through complex activities. So there are 5 activities of technology. Don't get that confused with the 7 resources of technology. The 5 activities of technology are manufacturing, construction, transportation, communication, and bio-related technologies. So every 90 seconds, a new Ford Mustang has been completed. We're going to use the Ford Mustang as we learn about the 5 activities of technology. So let's start with number 1, manufacturing technology. Manufacturing technology are the processes used to create products. So an example of this is that Mustangs rely on robotic arms to create the car. So in order for the car to be created or manufactured, the Mustang or any assembly line really relies on robotic arms that had to be designed and created. Number 2, construction technology. Construction technology are the processes used to build structures. Construction technologies are the processes used to build structures. So our example of this is that factories must be built or constructed to build Mustangs. So in order for the Mustang to be built and created, it has to be built in a factory, which are constructed to make the automobiles. Of course, we have factories all over the place that are built to make other products, but in our case, we're talking about the Ford Mustang. Number 3, transportation technology. Transportation technologies are the processes used to move people or goods. So our example here is that materials must be transported to the factories so the Mustang can be built. So transportation technologies are crucial whenever you're building a product like the Ford Mustang. Without all of the metals and gears and all of the materials used to build a car, we wouldn't have that product. So all of those materials have to be transported to the factory in order for the product to even be made. Number 4, communication technologies. Communication technologies are processes used to exchange information. For example, communication is used to ensure all parts for the Mustang are available at the right time and place. It is crucial that all of the workers, assembly line workers, have all of the materials that they need to build the car. So it is crucial that all of that information is communicated and that all of the parts are in the right spot at the right time so that assembly line can continue working and continue going. Number 5, bio-related technologies. Bio-related technologies are the processes used to make or change products using living organisms. So our example with the Mustang for this one is that ergonomic design of the Mustang must meet human needs. So obviously, in order for humans to be able to drive the Mustang, there are certain ergonomic designs that must be met. And all of that is using bio-related technologies. Remember, ergonomics is one of our vocabulary words, and it's technologies used to meet the human needs. In order for a human to drive a Ford Mustang, they need to be sitting in the proper way, they need to be able to reach the pedals, their hands need to be able to reach the steering wheel, and all of that goes into bio-related technologies, using the human body to make sure that the car is drivable. Well, that's it for our video, all about the resources of technology and the activities of technology. Be sure you have 2 questions in the questions column this time, and make sure you fill out the summary at the bottom. Your summary should be 1 to 2 sentences long, and it should answer the essential question. See you in class! So when people use these services, oh, Lola had a cough. So when people are using these services to produce a product, blah blah blah. So when people are using Number 4, construction technologies. No, we already did that one. Number 4, communication, blah, blah, blah.